Joining me here in the studio, I am David, your host. Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing great tonight. We had a traumatic experience. We fell. We're down. We're down. But we're not out. Sorry about that, everybody. Oh my God. There for a minute I thought America was having earthquakes. Man, that was scary. Are you guys all okay? Any of you guys get hurt? Does anybody need an ambulance after that horrifying experience? My goodness gracious. I'm lucky we survived that. Wow. What in the world happened? I gotta see what happened. I don't know if that was an earthquake or a David mistake. So, man, I think I killed all of you guys. I was worried about that. Galactic Gaming's in the house. How are you, my friend? I just killed everybody on the live stream. Did you see that, man? And we had a big giant crash. It's like earthquake time or something here in my area, man. I mean, you guys deserve better. You guys deserve much better than being thrown down to the ground like savage dogs. All right, for everybody, all you wonderful people that are going to catch this on the replay, make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, all of that. I promise I won't throw you to the ground very, very many more times. So, Galactic, how are you doing, man? What's going on in your part of the world? It's been see, is that the problem? I think I'm the problem. You know what the real problem is? I got too much crap on my desk. I'm in tonight because I've been doing some paperwork and trying to get some things done. I got to get the pacemaker changed here really soon because it's beeping. It's alarming me because I know the battery is close to being dead, right? So I'm trying to get some things in order. But I don't seem to be highly functioning today, everybody. I don't seem to be very highly functioning. It's probably, well, it's Monday. I did take the trash out. I got all that done. So at least I did something today. Not having a good day, man. Why not? I see you live trying to quit weed, and the withdrawals are insane. Oh, wow. Name Cat is in the house. How are you? 67 years old, you say you are? All right, welcome in. Thank you. Nanya, I'm not for sure how to pronounce your name, Cat. So, I don't know a lot about a lot of things. I know everything about everything, but not a lot about a lot of things. So it's kind of one of those things. Galactic, I know it takes a long time for weed to get out of your system, right? I don't remember how long, up to 30 days, 45 days, they say, depending on how long you've been doing it or even longer. But is it one of those things where you should slowly decrease over many months or just go cold turkey and let it get out of your system? I really don't know what the answer to that is. I really don't. I would think with marijuana that, and of course, I'm not a drug expert, so I don't know. If you can get withdrawals from marijuana, I managed to cold turkey once for 3 months, but can't do it this time. Okay, all right. So do you have I guess my only other point would be, do you have a action plan? Do you have a goal? I mean, not a goal, because obviously you got a goal, but do you have a plan? How am I going to do day 1, day 2, day 30, day 5, whatever it is? Do you have a plan in mind for yourself? I guess that's the question I would have. Because I think in your case, or in this case, I need a better magic marker. I'm out of magic markers. You know, when I retired from teaching 15 years ago, 10 years ago, I stole all kinds of office supplies, and after 10 years, I'm running low. I got to make up some envelopes to put some medical documents in to give to the doctors when I go to them, so I'm trying to get that done without screwing it up. I wrote out a plan and day-to-day structure. Still feeling I need a week away somewhere without some, okay. Well, so the distractions are what we're calling the triggers to do drugs or to do weed. We got 400 people watching. Thank you all for that. I appreciate you guys being here. You guys don't be scared. Come forward and say hi. Give us a thumbs up, by the way. So distractions is kind of what I mean would be triggers, right? Whether it's people, environment, you know, it's kind of like, you know, when my brother was in his throes of alcoholism before he died, his triggers was his buddies. Hey, let's go watch the game. Hey, come on, man, just have a beer. No, have another beer. No, let's get some Crown. You know, now that we're doing this, let's get some Crown, you know. Oh, we can't afford Crown, we'll get Black Label. We can't afford Black Label, get the Best Choice whiskey. You know how it is. Carl's in the house, says hello, and nice shirt to me. Thank you. I'm wearing a t-shirt today. I don't usually wear tropical t-shirts. I kind of wear more button-ups and polos. But today, I felt like wearing a tropical t-shirt. I only have 2 of them, by the way. Maybe 3. I did find a whole bunch of more of my tropical shirts. That's the good thing. We put them somewhere. They disappeared for a while, but my wife found them this weekend. I got the Halloween decorations out for my wife, and she found my tropical shirts. So there you go. Unfortunately, I am past the point of triggers. Okay, I'm a chronic smoker. I've been for many years. I smoke as many joints as I do. Ooh, damn. Ooh. Wow. So right now, whether it's being addicted to weed or not, it's truly just habit, right? So I would think at this point, you know, because I don't know if weed's addicting or not. I know there's a school of thought that it is and that it's not. But obviously, long-term use would tell me that one, it's probably an addictive behavior. So one thing I kind of learned in my life is you got to treat or deal with the addictive behavior. So, because you don't want to trade one addiction for the other, like gambling, give up gambling and then you go to hookers, you know, or you give up gambling and you go to drinking or smoking, right? Just swapping out for one for the other. I'm only 29, it needs to stop. I would agree. And look, and I know you know everything. You've been there, done that, been up and down the roads. But the only thing I can really tell you that I know for sure is that you are the only one that can stop it. I can't stop it. There's nothing I can do to get you to stop it or anybody else in your life, right? Nobody can help you but you. These are one of those situations that I've learned and talked to people over the years that, and I hate to kind of be this way, but sometimes you got to just suck it up, be a man and take care of business. Or be a woman and take care of business. I don't know. Sometimes we got to quit making excuses. I try to work with that with my brother, you know, over the years. We got to quit making excuses. Same thing with everything. Gambling, drugs, being fat, being ugly, whatever. We have to own it, acknowledge it, which I think is important. I think that's probably part of the creed or the motto about being sober, right? You got to acknowledge things. Is that right? So I don't know how much support systems help. meaning like AA, those I don't really know. That I know about them, but I don't know if they help. What I think helps people is to be around people that you trust and that acknowledge what you're dealing with. And I think that's why support groups are good, because they all acknowledge what you're going through. So not necessarily what they're teaching in the support group. They might be able to teach you about triggers and let you express yourself, so you're not all stuffed up and whatever, clogged up with emotional garbage. Am right, Grid Wonderson. I wish I didn't get it early. I was almost 24 hours clean. I know that doesn't sound... No, man, every hour is an hour, buddy. What is harder? My parents think I quit weed ages ago. I've been hiding, so they don't even know I'm quitting. Well, all right. So let me follow up with this. Do you see your parents a lot? You know what I mean? Do you see them a lot? I do think it would be a good thing if they are in your family or in your circle, right? I got a big family, but I only have one person in my circle. You know what I mean, right? If you're around them a lot, I got a feeling they know that you're doing it. Now, if you haven't seen them but maybe once a year, every year or something for Christmas, maybe they don't know. But if you're around your parents at all, I know they know that you know. Yeah, they know. They know. Maybe they're being kind, or maybe they're being fearful, or maybe they just don't want to rock the boat to make it worse. But I got a really good gut feeling that if you're living with people, they know what you're doing. You just can't get around that. Now, why they're not saying anything, maybe they don't think it's as severe. Maybe they think you do have a manageable or managing handle on it. You know what I mean? But I got a feeling they know. Well, look. I would agree with you. I think you should tell them, and I think you got to tell everybody. It's kind of like, and I'm just going to say fat people because I'm a fat guy, right? So if I'm a fat guy and I want to lose weight, well, don't you think I need to tell everybody I'm eating healthier? So all of my friends that I go running around with, or all my coworkers, when I started losing weight years ago, we had a real bad habit as teachers and people that I ran around with. We ate lunch out a lot. And so I got to the point where, hey, so I told everybody, said, no, I got to eat healthier, man. So instead of ordering a big taco plate, I ordered one taco. I really worked, and I let them on, no, man, I'm trying to eat healthier. So I think the more people that know that, because I think in general, people want you to be successful in whatever it is that you want to do. Well, not only does it keep you accountable, but it lets you know that you're not alone in it. It's not a single battle to fight, right? Like I said, if I'm trying to lose a lot of weight and I'm around all these people sarking down 4,000 calories at lunch, it was helpful for me to say, no, man, I don't need that. I'm gonna eat a taco, or I'm gonna have just this. I got to do better, man. This is what I'm doing. And look, the other thing, and I know you know this, but if there's anybody in your circle says, nah, go ahead, man, it's all right, they're not a friend and they're not somebody that wants to be. So if I had a friend that say, no, man, go ahead and eat that big old taco plate. I know it's only 4,000 calories, but come on, it won't hurt you. That wouldn't be a friend. A true friend would go, oh, I get it. I understand. Paula says, hello and well said. Thank you for that. Thank you for thumbs up, Paula. We appreciate you. How are you? What's going on in your world? Are you from anywhere interesting in the world? We're from the United States. I am. If you hadn't figured that out by the beautiful shirt I'm wearing and accent. So that's what you got to be aware of. And I tried to tell my alcoholic brother before he died this for years. Those idiot friends of yours who want to come pick you up and take you to the bar because you don't have a driver's license because you lost it due to your DWIs, they're not your friends. They're just not. They want to pick you up and take you to work, that's nice. But to drag you to the bar or to the restaurant where they're all going to drink and eat tacos, I'm picking on tacos today for some reason. Maybe I've been craving a taco. I don't know. But, so, whether it's like actively supporting or just passively supporting. For instance, myself, if you came to America again and hung out in Vegas and we were around, I would encourage you not to smoke because that's what you're doing. If people wanted you to toke up, I would step in and say, no, man, we ain't smoking today. Take a chill. It's all right. You go smoke over there, but we're taking a chill today. That's how I see it. And a good friend will run interference for you, right? Good people, mom and dad, brother, sister, dog, cat, Paula, they would run interference for you. Paula says, hello from North GA, Georgia, near the mountains, right? Georgia? My mood swings usually last a few days after I quit going for walks and listening to music. Yeah, well, yeah. Look, Paula, we all have mood swings. I don't smoke dope. I take a lot of drugs for my health issues, but hell, I have mood swings every 30 or 40 minutes. So, just ask my wife. But I think exercise helps because I think it helps you to get it out of your system. Now, we all know the strategy, right? Stay busy. It's one thing I try to do because I'm trying to lose more weight. I'm down 75 pounds. I'm trying to get down about another 25, which is a nightmare. But, so for instance, we try to divert ourselves, distract ourselves, right? And it's like, earlier I said, oh man, I'm hungry. I need to figure out what's in the kitchen to eat. Well, then I thought, wait, I also got some work I need to do in my closet. Let me go work on that first. So that diverted my attention. Walking and exercise is the same thing. Yes, Georgia. We got some good friends in Georgia. Been to Georgia many times. Almost died in Georgia. We like Georgia, except for the football team, of course. Because they always beat us when they play us. But, we don't mind that too much. We like the state of Georgia, part of it. Parts of it we don't like, just to be fair. So, not to be biased. But I really believe that. So I do think diverting your attention, finding other things to stay busy, working your mind. And I really believe this, what I do know about drugs and alcohol, what I really do know is, and even just non-illegal drugs, the more you exercise, the faster they metabolize out of your system. And I'm not an expert in marijuana, but I would imagine it's the same thing. If I need to get some of these stupid heart meds out of my body or the blood thinner, like when I got to go do surgery, and you can't be on blood thinners, right? So I know that I got to quit so many days ahead of time, but I also know if I get some exercise in, I'm going to metabolize all that crap in my body a little faster. I know that. So I agree with you, Paula. Doing the exercise is great. Having a diversion is great. I just encourage you guys not to pick up a secondary habit. So we got we got a lot of friends. We got a lot of friends in low places. Now, we know a lot of people. We don't have a lot of friends, but we know a lot of people. I know a lady got a divorce a couple years ago. She's a money grubbing bad person. She's older now. The only way that she can get guys to look at her is to be physically fit. And so she's kind of got addicted to that. Now she weighs probably 2 pounds, no body fat, but she looks like, she's ready for the cemetery. So you can change one bad habit for another bad habit. Exercise is great when I am quitting. Yes. I need to put some weight on too. How much weight do you need? I'll send you some. I saw pictures of you, so you didn't look unhealthy in those pictures. You just looked like a skinny kid, but you didn't look unhealthy. maybe 10 pounds, no more, because one thing I'll tell you, you are going to get old. The older we get, the fat comes on and the fat stays, no matter who you are. So my advice is don't put on too much weight. You know, everybody take that whole let's put some weight on as a grain of salt, kind of, you know, as much as you can. I mean it. Now look, you know, if the theory stands true that marijuana gives you the munchies, you should weigh 5,000 pounds by now, right? At least that's what we were always told as a kid, right? When we were smoking dope, you know, in somebody's basement, you know, getting high as teenagers. No, you gotta have the munchie. I think it was just an excuse to eat food. You lose it, I'll find it. Well, I'm down 75. That's why I found some. My wife found my tropical shirts. I couldn't find them. I got tropical shirts of all different sizes, right? Big and really big, and then normal, big, and big, a little bit, you know. And so she found the box full of a whole bunch, about 20 of them, that I hadn't seen since I put them away. And now summer's over, but I'm still going to wear them this winter. I got them washing and drying. They're in the dryer now. So I think they've been in the box for about 2 years. Okay, so weed does different when it's chronic. I got you. I could see that, I guess. I mean, you know, weed is a depressant, right? Like alcohol is a depressant. It's not a stimulant. So I could see chronic use of it doing that. I really could. I could see that. And I was telling my brother and I were talking today a little bit about that, about our brother who died of alcoholism. And my brother's really healthy, and I get a new pacemaker real soon. So he's asking me if I got it scheduled yet, and I said no, not yet. But it goes off every morning at 10:30, let me know that the battery's dying. And he's like, you know, I guess I've been really blessed that out of all of our brothers and sisters, he's the healthiest one, right? And I told him that our brother died of alcoholism. He said if Robert wasn't a drinker, he would still be alive. He would have lung issues because he smoked, but he would still be alive. You know, because the alcohol is a depressant and it depresses the system and the mind. So I can see where chronic use of anything, except for maybe even cocaine, you know, cocaine's a stimulant, right? But I could see chronic use of that would lead to it being a depressant over time. Now that might be more of a psychological depressant versus a physical one. We have, let's see. Okay. Sam Soshi is in the house. Is that who's there? Sam Soshi, welcome to America. Welcome to the live stream. We're a universal channel. Not real good with foreign languages, but welcome. I'm always 100% correct, man. That's why I am your YouTube life coach. I'm the world's YouTube life coach. Man, if I was smart, I would be rich. Sam Soshi, I ate Japanese food this weekend. I don't know if your name is Japanese or not, but I went out and had Japanese food and loved it. Well, I'll tell you how it was, but you know, we went out with some friends. It was a brand new fancy Japanese restaurant. Pat's in the house. Hello, Pat. Good to see you. You know, I feel like I'm bending my neck over a lot. I don't think ergonomically I'm doing good. Let me set you guys up a little taller. I'm trying not to kill myself ergonomically in here, so I don't have a neck ache when I... Pat says, good to see everybody. Yes, it is, Pat. Good to see everybody. It's even good to see me. It's Monday. It's been a busy day. Got a lot going on, Pat. My pacemaker's going off every morning now. I got to go do the echocardiogram next week, and then hopefully we'll get this scheduled in the next couple weeks, get it cut out of me and put the other one in, and we'll be good to go. So, but Pat saying, Galactic saying hello to you, Pat. Pat, say hello to everybody. Paula was in the house, new one to us. She's from Georgia. So, Pat, you might go up and say hi to her. But yeah, we went to. I have mixed feelings. I want to talk about my Japanese restaurant experience because I love Japanese food. I have mixed feelings. I gave them a really good tip. I did. But I have mixed feelings. After I left, I thought about it. I said, there's some things I really, and I don't know if I should write a review or not. So, and let me give you the experience. One, it is a beautiful location. Beautiful. I mean, and you would find it in the fanciest hotels and resorts in Las Vegas, New York, places like that. Gorgeous. Best of luck with it. My granddad has one. He's 93. Yeah, this will be my third one. This will be my third one. So Pat saying hello to everybody. Everybody say hello to Pat. So it's a beautiful facility. We had to make reservations to get in because it's packed. Now, a couple things I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that my waiter wasn't very good at cleaning up the dishes, meaning removing things from the table. Now, and I studied this while I was there because you know I'm kind of weird. And I recognized that I think they had too many tables assigned to the waiters and waitresses. And he had troubles keeping up with everything. He did a fine job in a sense, but he had a hard time. He never really came back, you know, a lot. So, but I saw him working hard in the restaurant. I saw him running. I didn't see him slacking. I saw him going from table to table and just doing the best he could. But so I didn't like that fact. Pat saying hello, Carl. Good to see you, Carl. I didn't like that because they never picked up the menus. Instead, I put the menus on the bench next to me. They didn't pick up our appetizer dishes. When he came by, I gave him a bunch to take, but they never offered to do that. You know, some things like that really bothered me because because you got to remember, this place is not cheap. Okay, let me just explain to you. You know, it's not cheap. It's a fine dining Japanese restaurant. So I didn't like that. The other thing I really have a bug up my ass about is the simple fact that they didn't bring the food out all at the same time. Now, they had excuses for it, but I didn't like the fact that we got our entrees one at a time. You know, this one came out first, then mine, then my wife's, and then his wife came out very last. And I thought we were done eating. And then all of a sudden I forgot. All of a sudden here comes a big plate of Japanese or fried, what was it? Crispy beef. Well, this was Japanese, not Chinese. So I was really kind of bummed out about that. But I gave the guy, 25%, which I think is more than fair, seeing that he didn't pick up the dishes. He wasn't Johnny on the spot. They didn't pick up the menus. They didn't offer dessert. We wouldn't have had any anyway. So I'm a little bummed by that. But I gave him a 25% tip. But online, the place has outstanding reviews. I'm thinking about doing a review, but telling the truth. So I don't know. What do you guys think? But Galactic Gaming wants some Chinese. I like Chinese food. I like food, period. You know what I had for dinner tonight? I made my dog a turkey. Because, my dog eats turkey when it's winter. We cook turkey for her. Well, I cooked up a turkey for her. So I had a turkey sandwich tonight. It tasted like blah. Because the turkey I cooked for my dog had no seasoning in it. We don't put any salt, pepper, anything in it. We just cook the turkey. But I thought, oh, wow, that'd be really nice to have a turkey and cheese and mayo sandwich. Well, it would have been if the turkey was good. I thought I heard Chinese. No, you didn't hear Chinese. Your brain told you, hey, food, I want Chinese. And so that's what you thought you heard. That's what you thought you heard. We don't have Vietnamese restaurants near me. We like Vietnamese food. It's pretty good. Pho. It's not one of my favorite, to be honest. Their sandwiches are good. Vietnamese is nice. Thai food, we have a lot of Thai around here. But we don't have a lot of Vietnamese, but we have plenty. Japanese is my favorite. We have some, but this was a 5-star looking restaurant. Really nice restaurant. I don't know if I could give them 5 stars. The food was not 5 stars, but the food was 4 stars, not 5 stars. But it was a very good, solid 4 stars. It was large in quantity, which is always good, but it tastes good, not a 5-star food. So I think I need to go on there and do a review and bring them down a tiny bit. I don't know, man. I don't know. But we spent, quite a bit of money at it, so I think they need to know what, people, fat old people that spend a lot of money at restaurants when they shouldn't, think about their restaurants. But it is a beautiful restaurant, beautiful. We got it, it's on our Facebook page. We took a bunch of pictures, if you haven't seen it, of the restaurant. Lorelai did, I didn't. But we went and had some fun with our friends. So that's what we did. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about giving restaurant reviews or shop reviews? The place I take my truck to get serviced, I review it every time. I reviewed it the last time because they hadn't mowed the grass in probably 4 months. It looked like it was an abandoned building. So I wrote a review to corporate asking them if that building was going to be demolished or not because it looked abandoned. So I don't know, man. So Pat, how are you? What have you been doing? All right, so Rob is going to do better with his marijuana consumption and his cigarette consumption because I don't know, but maybe the two and two go together. Am I buffering, Pat? Am I sitting there going, woo-hoo? I got you up on the big screen here, and I seem to be okay over here on the big screen. Let me wave at myself. Yeah, I seem to be okay. We got people coming over this weekend to decorate the house. This weekend, I got the Halloween decorations out for the wife. This weekend, some friends are coming over to help Lorelai decorate the house. Very excited about that because I don't have to do it. Clark says, pray to the aliens to me that I can quit doing weed. I think you can. Our Wi-Fi went out. Uh-oh, I'm back. Good. So, look, and I know I got a lot I can say about prayer and all of that stuff and about how it relates to things. But what I will say is this. In a lot of ways, I believe that it's kind of like this in life. This is what I think in life. If you don't have a job, it's your job to get a job, right? Meaning you can't sit at home and wait for a job to knock on your door. You got to go out there and get a job, whether it's on the internet, whatever. You got to go apply for a job. I think it's the same way about drinking alcohol, smoking dope, doing heroin, cocaine, hookers, drugs, marijuana, whatever it is, gambling. If you want to stop, you got to put the work in. Andrew's in the house. Pat, tell yourself you're done and you just stop. Stop what? What's Pat doing? Pat's a good guy. And Andrew, Pat is saying, well, hello to you, Andrew. Good to see you tonight. So I tell my friends that so much. But I'm not saying there's anything wrong with prayer or anything like that, or religious beliefs or anything. I personally believe, and you can apply the same thing I just said to anything. If you don't have a job, it's your job to get a job. So if you're a drug addict, it's your job not to be a drug addict, and you need to go out and figure out how not to be a drug addict. Sorry. I am a good guy, Pat says. He is. All they need jobs, the bums. They all need jobs. Bums, I know, man. Oh, you tell your friends that they better go get work? I agree, man. I'm in G-O. It's all right, Andrew. It's all right, my friend. Well, G Gayman's a good guy, too. Known him for a long time, but you're right. He needs to just suck it up, right? Just so you know, my camera's here. The big screen's over here. It's easier for me to read the chat. So that's why I'm looking that way. So don't be offended if you are. But I'm with you, Andrew. It's okay, Pat says, yeah. So, you know, that's how I kind of see that. I think when it all comes down and said with it, it's on our shoulders. And that's why, you know, whether you like it or not, sometimes we got to suck it up and say, we're going to do something about it. So I don't know. I don't know. Wow. Rob, did you hear that? Galactic, did you hear that? Andrew says, I smoked pot for 12 years, an ounce a week, which is pretty good. Stopped 2 months ago, and I am happy. How long did it take you to get to that point? Where are you at in your journey? Are you still craving it? Do you still think about it? How long, you know, give us a little bit of knowledge. Share your knowledge. Yeah, Andrew, I am done with it now. No more wacky tobacco. No way, bro. Wow, that's amazing. I do an eighth a day. All right. So that is an eighth. Is that an eighth? An eighth is an eighth of an ounce, right? All right. Man, it's a lot of dope. It's a lot of dope. Like I said, I just told myself I was over it, and that's all it took. First week sucked, but you have to push through it. I go to the gym, and I'm much happier and healthier. Yeah, I agree. So you're getting your endorphins rushing going. They're probably refiring that haven't been fired in years, right? Because they've been suppressed for 12 years. So that's really good. Your endorphins are coming back alive, which is what's causing you to secrete dopamine, which is causing you to feel much better. The marijuana is no longer blocking that. Pat's trying to drop smoking too? Okay, Pat, but how hard are you working on it, Pat? But every little bit helps. Yep, good man stuff. I quit for a few months, but fell back into it. Why, though? I do enjoy crazy dreams when coming off of it. Chantik's story, Andrew, 100%. I love to quit cigs, too. Well, I think the first thing you got to understand is, here's one thing I would say. How much money do you waste on marijuana, on dope, on smoke, on the devil's lettuce, on wacky weed, that you could use for other things? Right? That's one thing I would ask. My dreams are still insane. Pat says, I smoke a half of a stick. Wow. A day or at a time, Pat? Come on, Pat. Honestly, can't remember how I fell back into it. Yeah, well, there had to be, and I want you to think about that, to be honest. I really do. I want you to kind of go, how did I get back into it? Who was around me when I did this? You know, if I was around friends and this is what led to it, all right, I need to know that. If I was all by myself and lonely and sad and I did it, I need to understand that, because that's a different psychology. Stupid prices, that's right. See, you could be sending me all of that money. Now look, if you want to smoke, put your money up into smoke, there's a lot of poor people like me, be happy to take it. Probably blew 150 grand easy on pot over 12. Yeah, I agree. Cigarettes are $20 a pack plus tax. Holy crap. That's outrageous. $1,300 a month? Holy crap. That's more than some people in America make. Holy smoking butt farts. You know what a school teacher in the Philippines make? They make $300 a month. Just saying. Let's put that in perspective. And being a school teacher in the Philippines is a good paying job. Very high, brother. Yes, it is. I messaged my watch suppliers to see if he could ship a nice rectangle. Woohoo, that'd be great. I'm still looking. I've been studying a lot. I found one on eBay that I kind of liked. Not eBay. I found one somewhere that I went, Then I went back to look at it again because, I had second thoughts and it was gone. So, big dummy of me. Yeah, I gotta order a new battery for my watch. This is one of my favorite watches. I wear it a lot. Battery's dead. And I got a whole kit, watch repair kit, right? But I don't have, out of 40 batteries that I have, I don't have the one battery for this. Blew my mind. So I need to go to Amazon and order one. $100. I don't know how people could do that. Your mindset is everything, fellers. Yeah, I agree. Whether we like it or not, it is up to us. You're either going to get off your lazy ass and go get a job, or you're going to sit at home and think a job's going to come get you, right? So that's how I equate a lot of this. So, I don't know. Maybe I can just do this. Make it easier for me. There we go. I asked him to send some photos. I said, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I found one the other day that I really thought was cool, and it wasn't horribly priced, and I went, I'm such of a stingy little shit. I hate spending money. I do, and right now I think of so many other things that I need money for, like, if I had an extra $2,500, I'd go buy me another dog. If I had another $2,500, I'd go buy a better mobility scooter, So you got to save up for those things, right? So if I dump, $100 or $200 or $300 on a watch or something, fishing here or there, I don't get to my goal, right? And so I'm really bad about talking myself out of spending money. I really am, whether my wife agrees with it or not, and she's probably listening. But I do really, I don't know. I have a hard time with that. Get a job that had drug tests, make it easier. Yeah, well, there you go. I'm a welder. I just got fired for risking it. I am now 32 old and starting. Yeah, there you go. And I don't disagree. You're right. It's another form, Andrew, or a way of accountability. So don't go work for Walmart, because Walmart doesn't drug test. I'd agree with that. I do. We do invest. Now, I invest all that I can, when I can, how I can. So, yes, and I invest for the long term. Not for me. I won't ever see a return. I won't ever take advantage of our return on our investments. My wife will get that when I'm dead. So, yes, I do when I can, when I got it. But I have a lot of different theories about finance. Here's part of what, we don't have any debt except for our house. Now, you guys all know that if I'm looking for a $5 million donation so that I can buy a new beach house, right? But I really believe part of this is we need to be debt-free, meaning we need to own our house outright. When you're debt-free, then you're powerful. You have financial power. I run my own business, Andrew, so I'm at home all the time with all the weed I want. Well, now you need to be the boss and say, I'm going to drug test myself. XRP is down, solid investments in my opinion. All right. Seeing what's happening to silver and gold recently. Not recently, not in the last day or two, and not since last week anyway. Collected, well, there goes that theory. I'm investing in physical gold and silver. I agree. Metals is good. Precious metals are always good. I don't think you can go wrong with precious metals unless you overpay. But if you're going to hold them long term, I think precious metals are good. But I think what I tell people is this. If you, let's say, if you want to put $25,000, if you want to have $25,000 cash in the bank, right? That's what you want. That's your goal. But you owe $200,000 on your house, and you put the $25,000 in the savings account. I hate to tell you this, you don't have $25,000 because you owe your house for $200,000. So you're not in the plus side. You're still in the negative side because truly you only have a negative 175 versus negative 200,000. So you're not in the plus category. So I try to get people to understand that. Oh, I got all this money in savings. Well, but you know, I owe 200 grand on my house. Well, no, then you don't have anything in savings. You don't have shit. You're not in the plus column yet. I can't remember, Pat. I know I saw the first two. I'll double check tonight, Pat. So that's kind of how I look at it. I look at it, and you got to ask yourselves, what is your definition of being rich? I know what my definition of being rich is. I do. I have an absolutely clear concept of being rich. And that's when somebody gives me $5 million that I don't have to work for so I can go buy my beach house. And of course, you guys, financial guys, will appreciate this. When I get the $5 million, I'm only going to spend $2.5 million on the house on the water. Use the other $2.5 million for the carrying costs and the taxes. And now I have a new twist also, and Pat's heard this. I've decided that whoever gives me the $5 million will re-inherit the property when Lorelei and I are dead. We don't have any kids, we don't have any family that we're going to leave it to. So in 25 years, whoever gave us the $5 million, whoever they want, they can have that property willed to them from us. So in 25 years, out of $5 million, their investment can be now $25 million. Yes, buddy. You can't beat that with a stick. I am telling you. You want to get one over on the government, you take up my offer. Yeah, that's right. So, that's my theory. But money's tricky for everybody. It's hard. But if you got debt, then you don't have any money. That's how I see it. And we have debt, so we have no money. Silver is bull running. What's it at right now? Oh shit, it's up to 52? No doubt. Really, we got a bunch of silver that we bought like at 17 back in the 90s. Wait. The 2000s. Silver's up that high. I didn't know that. I can't sell this silver. Wow. Yeah, we bought like at 17, 18, and that's even paying the premium price. Wow. That's pretty good. Yeah, 17, 18 back in the day is when we got it. Yeah. I bought a bunch of coins for one, well, I guess it was 11 years ago. 11 years ago. Or 12 years ago. It was for our wedding. I bought some back in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, because a friend told me to, so I got that in the safe. I haven't seen that in years. It's in a box. It's in the safe. I hope it's still there. But I haven't seen that in, shit, I don't know, 15 years. Maybe I'll go look at it later. And I don't remember how much is in there. It wasn't a lot, a couple ounces. That's good. And who do you got? Who do we have to thank for that, Galactic Gaming? When the rises align with inflation, yes. Yeah, I don't know. I think things are getting better. Gas in America is dropping like a stone brick. I mean, we're finally down under 240 here. I don't know what anybody else is paying, but in my part of the country, which is usually expensive where we live, gas is down to 240. So we paid 240 the other day at the pump. So, and then we get 5% back. Oh, I need to pay that bill. Thank you for reminding me to pay my bill on that. I have a real good habit, and I forgot to do it. But I put gas on Saturday. Today's Monday. But I was going to do it today, and I didn't do it. Whenever I charge gas and we get 5% back, I immediately go online and I pay it on the credit card that we get 5% cash back on. Dollar is falling. The tech market, electronic cars, solar panels using more and more silver. Yes. And there's a physical silver shortage approach. I agree with you. Here's something you're going to think I'm crazy. You're going to think I'm crazy. One, me and Elon Musk, we're going to go to the moon, and the moon's made out of silver. If you don't believe me, look up at the moon at night, and sometimes it looks silvery. That's silver. Him and I are going to go get that and bring it back to Earth. No. Here's something I think that's going to happen in the future. And I know you may think I'm whacked out of my head, right? I think there's going to come a time in the future, near future, that we're going to take something like lead, and we're going to take lead as a base, turn it into a synthetic silver that can be used in electronics. Don't know when, but I really believe, same thing with gold, platinum, palladium. I think the science is going to come out to where at some point we're going to have synthetic metals that we use in the high-tech industry. So they're not going to need real silver because there's going to be an artificial silver, just like lab-grown diamonds. It's hard to just go mining for silver at 70% of the silver mines is a byproduct. Yeah, I know, yeah. I'll come with you, woohoo, to the moon and back. Hopefully not, as my silver will be worthless. That sounds like the way it will go. Well, I don't think it'll be worthless because they're still going to need silver in certain things, but I really believe there's going to be synthetic compounds that will substitute. It's kind of like the same thing back in the day when they had silver in our teeth and now they use porcelain. There's going to be something else that's going to take that place that's a synthetic. That's right. They can make gold, but it costs way too much more. I agree. But if we can grow lab-grown diamonds, why can't we lab-grow gold? Silver. A synthetic version of that, a new product that will come out that will take its place. Well, you're investing heavily in silver. Well, hopefully you're not buying it right now, because I don't think buying it, if it's at its all-time high, I wouldn't buy it today. I would look at the peaks and valleys and see. But we've invested in some AI tech stocks. I'm hoping they will split, they're going crazy right now. I got some news from some people in the Philippines. Apparently our area of the Philippines where Lorelei is from is having horrible afterquakes. And they are currently at the moment getting their asses kicked. All right. But I'll tell you one investment I made that I thought was brilliant. You know. And yeah, there's a lot of times I think I'm brilliant every day. I don't know about that one. I started August the 26th with my first 5-ounce bar. Oh, for the punch. Oh, that guy's a scammer. I have 47 ounces of silver now and woohoo, 0.2 of a gold ounce. Damn. So 47 times 50, right? So 50 times 50. Wow, you're a rich man. Wow. I think it'll come down, my friend. That's what they said back in the 80s. I had a friend that was doing heavy metals back in the 80s. So, I bought a bunch of stocks during COVID. One thing I did, I had some money laying around. When COVID hit, I bought stock in airline companies, car companies, and cruise lines. And I don't want to give too much detail, but what I will say is I bought one particular cruise line stock for $6 a share, and it's at its record high in the $30 a share now. And I bought a boatload of their shares at $6 a share, a shipload. So that's for my wife's future. Yep, it looked a really big dip back then. It did. So I'm excited about that one. I'm going to be even more excited if, I don't know if it will, but if that particular stock will split. And then if it just goes back up to $20 a share, woohoo, then I might sell some of it off and be able to afford to buy me a new pair of shoes. That was down to those brothers who stacked the third of all silver in the public procession. Yeah. Which it did. And then the government took all of, a lot of manipulation. Market manipulation happens. I totally agree. Everywhere. So that's what we did. And we've made our stock has done very, very, very well on all the stock except for one who hasn't done anything since I bought it in COVID. Everything else I'm very pleased with because every stock that tanked, I went and bought. Diane Keaton died yesterday. Oh, I didn't know that, Pat. What movie? I know the name. I'm trying to place her. Dangerous Game. It is a horrible game. It's not a smart game. She was a good actress. Yeah, I don't remember what she was in, though. I don't remember what she's famous for, Pat. Do you? You know, it's coming up to the end of the year, so we're going to have some more celebrities die this year. And I think there will be. I think maybe we ought to start our own Deadpool. Well, she probably died of old age, Pat. I think Ric Flair may die this year before the end of the year. So I think there's going to be some famous people that we're always shocked. Maybe we need to run our own Deadpool, which is kind of tacky, but run our own Deadpool and see who wins. Yeah, Diane Keaton. Let me Google her. What was she famous for? I can't remember. I remember her. I was thinking of Batman, but that's not Diane Keaton. That's Michael Keaton. Oh yeah, Diane Keaton, American actress who she won an Oscar, worked with Woody Allen, Francis Ford Coppola, star of The Godfather, The First Wife Clubs, The Book Club, Summer Camp, Prom, a lot of movies. Holy crap! She died at age 79. Like to saying I had 100 National Grid shares, which I cashed out 16 years old for about, nice. Kept them to be worth now, yes. I know, I was on that thing about the Bitcoin, and I didn't bite. Now, Ric Flair is still a drunk. He's still an alcoholic. If he cleaned up, he will die. I'm convinced. Running out of runway, that's right. Running out, we are for the year, aren't we, Dennis? I'm convinced somebody like Ric Flair, who's a chronic alcoholic, when he quits alcohol and sobers up, he's going to die. So he's better served to keep being a drunk and drinking, because he'll live for another 5 or 6 years. Pat saying hello to you. Hey, Pat and everybody, the aggressive Phil Hunter, that's right. Pat is the Filipina Hunter, that's right. That's right. Diane Keaton dead, age 79. Man, she's really old. I didn't realize. Does that mean we're getting old, or that, you know, what does that mean? Oh, let me make a point to let you know. On the 25th, Saturday, October, 2 weeks, 5 p.m., we're having the Halloween party at the house. Everybody's welcome. But I'm going to live stream it. I'm going to do it horizontally, not vertically, so you guys can see more of the girls. I mean, more of the party. So you guys remember, you're going to have to tune in, because YouTube's not going to push out that type of format as much as they do this type. So I'm trying to remind everybody the Halloween party is October the 25th. We'll be live. You'll be able to get a much better view of the whole place. 3 a.m. here. Pat says, that's right, he's a Filipina Hunter. I'm off the sleeve. Catch you next time. Appreciate you, Rob. Let me know about the watch. We're still older, still young. I don't know, Pat. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Some days I feel old as shit. You know, I mean, old shit. I feel like old shit. Not old ass shit, but old shit. So I had to take Lorelai running around a bunch yesterday. I just sat in the car. I could tell that the barometric pressure was changing here. It's overcast here. And we got potential for thunderstorms this next few days. My ankles and knees started hurting so bad yesterday. I'm like, oh, the weather's changing. That means that I'm old, right? I am going to try to get out and do a live stream this week out in the park with Lily again, to a different park. I am going to try to get some fresh air and sunshine. I've been working on getting the house cleaned up and organized. Dennis, I found a bunch of my tropical shirts, by the way. My wife did anyway. Thank you all for the thumbs up if I didn't say that. We are doing the Rise for Life. If anybody needs information on that, let us know. But yeah, so Pat, how are you doing on the Filipino women thing? What's going on with that? Which one are you going to go visit first in the Philippines? How many, Pat, are you going to visit when you're in the Philippines? So, but yeah, my old legs are like, So I don't know, man. I needed to start lifting weights again, but I feel old. But we're decorating this weekend for Halloween, so that's something. I was going to go to Branson, but I would like to visit Patricia. I never actually looked at her profile. I mean, I never went back and looked at her thing. And she's not here tonight for me to click on her thingy. So I forgot to go back and check her out, Pat. You don't have her channel name, do you? What the hell is this? Oh. Yep, we got some shaking going on in the Philippines, apparently. I'm just checking. I got a message from them about that. All right. Oh, that's right, Pat. She did. Oh, crap. You're right, Pat. I forgot about it. Hang on. I'll just pull her up on that way. You're right, Pat. You're right. See, that's why you need smart people around me. Where'd Dennis go? See, he's not here. YouTube studio. You're right. I forgot about that, Pat. She did. I think she's been a subscriber for a while. I'll see if I can find her, because I know Dennis was all excited for some reason. I don't remember when she, and I know there's probably a way to search her name, but I get a lot of, well, not a lot of people. Lauren Zavincha. Yeah, she's been around for a while, so I might have to. Can I search in my channel somehow? What's going on? Nisha's in the house. Good to see you, Nisha. Lorelai told me to tell you hi. I told her you were on the live stream the other night, and she was jealous. Dennis says, I'm lurking, waiting for a Pat to prounce on some hot young Filipino. I know, Dennis, right? Hello, Nisha, my friend. Nisha, hello, Pat, Dennis. Wow, the Indian Einstein. That's right. You're right, brother Dennis. See, Dennis knows. Pat, Dennis knows, man. Wow, yes, Indian Einstein, Nisha. She was jealous that she didn't get to see you. She was jealous that she didn't get to talk to you. Yeah, she's like, oh, man. And I'm like, well, I know, I didn't have anything to do with it. It wasn't like, oh, you know, you should have been at home and you could have talked to her all you wanted if you were at home. But, you know, she had to work, so that's what I mean. She was jealous. That she wasn't here to visit you, to visit with you. She wasn't jealous about not seeing Dennis, just you. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, man, but she's excited. She's got a lot of projects going on. We got Halloween coming up, right? We got Thanksgiving coming up, and you know she likes to decorate her Thanksgiving table. She's excited about that. That'll probably cost me a bunch of money. We got a Christmas coming up. We got a baby shower coming up. Then we got her birthday coming up. We got a lot coming up, I'll tell you. You know, things are good on my part of the world, to be honest. You know, all's pretty good. Besides, you know, we can all use more money, of course. More brain cells, more education. But, you know, it's going well, to be honest. I get a new pacemaker in a couple of weeks. Every morning at 10:30 it beeps and lets me know that my battery's running down dead. So I'll have to get that changed out in a couple of weeks. Lily, our dog, is doing good. I still miss my dog Daisy tremendously, but you know, they're so expensive to get another one that it's crazy. But I don't know. So, but other than that, we're all right. We're all right. Lorelai's doing good. She's staying busy. We went out and hung out with friends this weekend to a really nice Japanese restaurant. So I think they all liked that. Or at least I did. I don't know if they liked it or not. I liked it, I guess. But how are things in your part of the world? I saw your prime minister on TV today. I think is what you call your prime minister. Your leader on TV today. Halloween is October the 31st, but Lorelai's party, the Filipina party, is October the 24th. Sorry, October the 25th, which is a Saturday. And I'm going to live stream it. You just got to tune in, and you can go onto our channel right now and you'll see that we have it all set up to live stream. You just click a reminder and it will remind you that we're going live. What? Pat says, there's a channel I won't visit anymore. Saw Filipino girls with straws in their nose, sniffing powder drugs up their nose. I caught what she did and she didn't think she'd get caught. Well, doing drugs on a live camera is the stupidest thing you can do. Even in the Philippines. You know, they don't tolerate drugs in the Philippines. Yeah, she has to be dumb as a rock. You know, I think a lot of Filipinos are smart, but that one obviously is dumb as a rock. Maybe that one would be good for Dennis to date. Ooh, Dennis. Did Pat really say that? I can't believe Pat said that. That was a crazy channel, yeah. You subscribed and wasn't good, that's good. Unsubscribe. Yes, Pat. Bye says hello, everybody. Bye's in the house. Everybody says hello to Bye. Her channel's bad. Yeah, I mean, if they're doing drugs on the channel, I don't want to watch that. I do enough of my own drugs. I don't need to see other people do drugs. Even The Rock, yeah, right. Even The Rock is smarter than that. You know. Bai says, I am preparing to go to the cold spring soon. Wow. You know what's funny? Bai, we in America plan to go to the hot springs. We don't go to cold springs in America. We go to hot springs in America. And I mean it. That's what Americans do. We go to the hot ones. We don't go to the cold ones. Pat says hello to you, bye. Hey, Pat. Nisha says hi, bye, bye. Hi, Nisha. I will unsubscribe. Yeah, I mean, look, to be honest, I think the only way that, I guess I have a different way of looking at it. If it's truly a channel that you don't want to be a part of, then unsubscribe to them. Don't give them that little bit of support. You know, and that's okay. We all have it. We have people unsubscribe to us every day. So, if it's something you don't like, I think you got to stand up and say, well, I don't like it, so therefore I'm not going to support it in any effort, way, shape, or form. I wish them well in their own little world, but I don't have to agree with their bad behavior. Pat, do you remember the name of the channel Bai is asking? If you remember it, you can message me and I'll find it and post it if you don't want to post it. But you know what I mean? I really believe that. You know, sometimes when people do nothing, then that means you're, in a way, supporting the bad behavior. What's the saying? Does anybody know the saying? All it takes for evil to succeed is for good men to do nothing. Nisha, you know this saying, I'm sure, or you've heard it. So, it's something like that, right? The only thing that's needed for bad to do bad, I don't know. Who was it, Pat? Right? Yes. Sonar channel. SONAR channel by. I don't know that channel. That channel, I don't know, Pat. I'm not familiar with that. Well, there's a lot of channels that are weird, you know. A lot of them. I'm looking for her channel, Pat, just out of curiosity, and it's coming up with nothing on my YouTube. Mine just showing channels related to that name, like about gold in India and Pakistan. Oh, that's because I have too many words in it. Never mind. Nah, I don't know. That's right, Nisha. It is. YouTube is a place for the weird. Look at me. And I think it's good to be weird. Plus, thank you all for the thumbs up while you're here hanging out with me. But it's okay to be weird. You know, I did a survey. I do a lot. YouTube sends me a lot of surveys. I don't know about you guys. You guys get surveys from YouTube? I get one almost every week from YouTube, and I don't really know why. It's not like they pay attention to me, because obviously they're not, because nothing's changed from what I recommend. You are unique? That's right. I am like a unicorn. You know, an upside down unicorn maybe. I don't know, man. Weird is different. Weird can be good though, right? I mean, weird can be good. I just think people need to be smart on the internet. There's a lot of people that do stupid things and they get arrested for their stupid things on the internet. Why is it that people think, hey, I have no consequences for the things that I do on the internet? You know, it's like the people that beat their children on the internet, and then the police come knocking on the door. Well, hello, you should have thought of that before you did it on the camera. The people racing their cars, and then they wonder how the police tracked them down because, well, your car tag was on there, you moron. You know, so I think in some ways we are a brilliant society that's getting dumber and dumber and dumber every day. And yes, the Philippines does have hot and cold springs. We have cold springs here too, but we just don't go to them to take a bath or hang out in. Our cold springs in America, they have got a fish called a trout in them. We go there to catch trout. You won't find anybody going to a cold spring to hang out. We don't do that. We may go down to the creek where the water is 75, 80 degrees during the summer to cool off, but nobody goes to a cold spring in America. We go there to trout fish, but we go to the hot springs to relax. So I think it's kind of interesting. Well, you know, you're right. They think it's cool, but I think what it is, their greed gets in the way, right? I think they look at it going, look, if I can get all these likes, shares, and clicks by doing this stupid stuff, it's going to outweigh the chance of me getting in trouble. Is I think where the brain goes, it's like that Jack Dorch, all these stupid channels, even the troll channels. Pat says, it's on my phone, I'll have to check it later. All right. It's I watch a lot of court cases on the internet. I find court legal things fascinating. A little boring, but fascinating. And one of the judges on the YouTube, her court, she says, if you think what you're doing, paraphrasing, might get you arrested, don't do it. If you think it might send you to prison, don't do it. If you think it will get you arrested, don't do it. If you think it will send you to prison, don't do it. Well, there's Patricia. How are you? Everybody say hello to Patricia, and she is in the house today. Good to see you. Good morning from the Philippines. How's your part of the Philippines? Our part of the Philippines, we've been getting messages literally in the last 30 minutes that I guess they're rocking and rolling again. They're having earthquakes. So that's not good. I like the Philippines. I don't miss that. I gotta admit. I don't like natural disasters. So but everybody said hello to Patricia. Yes, yes, hello from Nisha. So, but I like that. I mean, it's common sense. You know, if it can throw you in jail or make you go to jail or put you on probation or get you arrested, then maybe you shouldn't do it. You just shouldn't do it. It is, you know, my wife's from the Cebu area and we have property and stuff there, and we've lost a house there already due to the one that happened a couple weeks ago. And we still got people sleeping outdoors and stuff like that. So, but we got a message earlier that I was, my wife got him. I know how to read just enough that I can pick out a few words. And I know they were saying they were doing some aftershocks. So whichever part of Cebu this person was in. So, the good news is with all these big earthquakes around the Philippines happening all at once, hopefully, after it calms down in a week or two, it will settle down for several years. Usually what happens when you have a lot of shifting going on and the tectonic plates, they settle down. Because, there's either so much friction that they pop loose and make a gigantic one, or they kind of just do this, a little at a time, and eventually they kind of calm down. Pat saying hello, Patricia. It's good to see you. Dennis was in the house earlier, Patricia. Dennis always says hello to everybody. Dennis is going to fly down and come join us at the Halloween party. So we're excited about that. Well, we're not. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know how excited we are this year. We're kind of, I don't know, Lorelai and I both aren't like super excited about anything at the moment. I think we have so many things going on with all the parties, all the events, all the things that she wants to do, all the things that I need to do, that it's kind of like getting excited about things is a little difficult at the moment. I mean, we'll be happy when it happens and we'll have a lot of fun, I'm sure, or at least they will. I'll probably just sit out back by the fireplace and relax. Pat says, hello, Patricia, good to see you. I gotta go, bye, y'all. Have a great day, night. We will, Nisha. Thank you for coming in. So, right now we're not too excited about, the Christmas, the Thanksgiving. We got so many little things going on. I think we got a baby shower that we're hosting in January. I think maybe we see the baby shower as the most exciting thing. So maybe that will be the thing that we will be most excited about, is having the baby shower in January. So I think everybody's kind of like thinking ahead, or thinking, going, oh man, the baby shower is where we need to put our energy, how it is. So I don't know what we're doing, but live stream the Halloween party. Be a lot of fun for you guys to get a glimpse of the Filipinos and how they party in America. For anybody living in the Philippines wanting to come to America. And we got a lot of people now. The funny thing is, I'll tell you, after the earthquakes, we've gotten a whole lot of people saying, I think it's time we get out of the Philippines and come to America or Canada or Australia. Anywhere we can get out of the Philippines. Can you help us figure out how to come to America? I think it's time for us to leave the Philippines. We got a lot of people that we know are going, Patricia says, likewise, Mr. Pat. Mr. Pat, likewise. Good to see you. So how's your neighborhood, Patricia, in the Philippines? Is it stable? Pat says, yes. So we are hosting a baby shower in January. We're going to do something different and see what you guys think about this. So what we've done is the couple that's having the baby doesn't need anything, right? So they don't need baby clothes and diapers and all that crap. They don't need any of that. So what we're doing is, in lieu of bringing diapers and baby clothes that the kid will grow out in about 2 days, we're encouraging everybody to bring a contribution for the kids' college fund. So we're going that route this year. We're covering the food and all of that and the decorations, everything. So if anybody wants to help out by giving them something, we're encouraging them just to give a little bit of cash. We're going to put it towards the college fund that we started up for their kid, or they started up, and we're contributing to it. Because a lot of times what we have found, so many people get all this stuff for a baby shower that the kid outgrows in 3 weeks. And then it's a big waste. So we're going to try to prevent that. We're trying to be smarter in our old age. Trying. I'm not saying we're successful, but we are trying to do that. trying to be a little bit smarter about things. And of course, since we're big into education, we think people ought to get education. If we could help them invest some money into their kids' college fund, we will give them, of course, but by doing that, I think it's a good thing. We are working on the Rice for Life. We're not going to make a big, gigantic production out of it, but we are doing the Rice for Life again this year. Lorelai and I were discussing some details about that today. So that's what we've been doing. We've been doing that. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Yeah. So. But it's getting excited. We're going to try. See, with Sunday, we have people coming over to decorate the house. So if Lorelai gets up in time, the wife gets up in time, we may take a drive up to Branson or go look at the trees. The trees are starting to turn colors now where we're at. So fall is happening in America. The leaves are starting to turn. So it's always nice to go drive when the leaves are falling and they're bright orange and yellow and gold and whatever. So we do that every year. So we may go this weekend to do that. I'm not for sure. Not for sure what we're going to do with that. But I think we're thinking about doing that. So, but I don't know. What is everybody else doing in y'all's world? I need to know what you're doing. Pat, what's going on in your world? Where are you going in the next few weeks? Patricia, what's going on? What are you guys doing in your world? You found the channel? Did you Facebook me or drop it? I'll look at it, Pat, if you send it to me or whatever. Dennis is asking, how is the Pat and Patricia, the Pat and the Pat romance going? Yes. Your son is out for fall break? What do you mean fall break? So your school system must do something different than what we do. Well, Dennis, I think you still got a chance. Pat hasn't sealed the deal yet. You sent it to me in Facebook. I don't see it, Pat. It hasn't come through yet, Pat. No school for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a weekend? What are you talking about? When do they start back up? So does he not have summer, traditional American summer school break? No, I'm not seeing anything yet, Pat. Dennis, is it cold in Canada yet? We were talking to somebody else that's living up in Canada, and they were telling me they live in the, is it the central, kind of straight up above Michigan part? And they said they've been having some cold weather there. Well, Pat, I'm looking. Huh. We'll give it a couple minutes, Pat, because I don't see the message coming through. And then I'll try to find it. I don't know, Pat. Try that one, all right. Liza in the Philippines, try that one, all right. Let me get over here to search page. So this is the channel. Oh my God. So this is the channel, Pat, that's doing, well, she looks like she's doing drugs. I don't mean to be mean, but she does kind of look like she's on drugs. She's awful rough looking. I don't know. She's got almost 12,000 subscribers. Oh, she's one of the entertainer Filipina girls. She wants to dance for you. Yeah, she's a little rough around the edges. Oh, there it is. I see it now, Pat. Yeah. Well, you got to feel sorry for people, right? I mean, I feel sorry for her. Because I know she's probably just trying to survive and make a living in the Philippines being the way she is. Yeah, I don't doubt it. If you look at her channel, she's, if she lived in America, we would call her a crack whore. Yeah, she kind of has that vibe to her, which is sad. But maybe it's because she exercises so much. I don't know. But what's interesting is she has 12,000 subscribers, but her videos don't get any views. So how can you have 12,000 subscribers? This is in general for everybody. How can you have 12,000 subscribers and have no views? That's what I wonder. I don't know how people do that. Yeah, I don't know. Well, good for her. I hope she does well with it. One with the straws up the nose. So we're going to tell Dennis, don't go to that channel. She's not a dream girl. But yeah, I hate to be mean and nasty like that because ladies are in the chat. But I would consider that little rough around the edges. So, which is all right, you know. I mean, it's all right, Pat, right? But if you don't like what they do, then don't support them at all. But as we know, somebody who has, well, it's just kind of weird. I don't, you know, as somebody who tries to grow their YouTube channel and be a part of this community in the YouTube world, I really don't understand how you have 12,000 subscribers and you get 50 people to watch one video. I don't understand that because the math isn't even there. Let's say if you have 12,000 subscribers, 10% of that is what, 1,200? So if you got 10%, which is about the average of people of your subscribers watching your stuff, video would have at least 1,200 views, not 50. So I don't know how that, I really, and I'm kind of curious because I don't know how that works. You know, I don't know. Imagine Boxes in the house. How are you? Good to see you. But how does that mathematically work, right? Because even I average 10%. Been good, nice, nice. We've been good too. Just hanging out, waiting for you to show up. Is all we've been doing ourselves. What's been going on in your world? So I don't know. I don't understand that. For one thing, I know for sure that back a few years back, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago, you could buy subscribers. I don't think you can legitimately buy subscribers anymore. So I know there's a lot of channels that bought subscribers, but they never, you can't do anything with the number. The number doesn't help you if people don't watch your stuff. Are you one of those? Let's see. Your birthday is in 4 days. Well, congratulations, you October baby. Throwing out the 6, 7. Nice. How are things in the Philippines, Patricia? You and your daughter? Yeah. How's the baby doing? How's your daughter? She's not a baby, is she? Oh, roughly. When we're at dinner this weekend with our friends that are going to have the baby, I got to remember what we talked about. Hang on. The father is a really good guy. He's kind of worried about being a dad. Well, you can say it if you like, whatever it is. You can say whatever you want to say. So my friend who's having the baby is a little worried about dads. They've never been parents before. They're good people. And they're going to be in America, of course. They're both Filipino, American. Now they're American citizens, but they're both Filipino born and bred, right? And so him and I were talking about, because, you know, they're good family people. What are they going to do? How to raise a kid. And Patricia, you might appreciate this. I told them no matter what they do, most important thing to do is to raise the kid like an Asian, not an American kid. I advised him, we don't want your kid to be an American kid. We want him to be an Asian kid. And I gave him a lot of advice about how to do that, how about to raise a kid the right way. I know, you guys all think it's funny because I don't have any kids, but I actually know how to raise kids the correct way, even though I don't have any. So, Image says, that's right, you're the smartest man in the YouTube. Thank you. I know that, and I appreciate that. And of course, since everybody in our little group likes education, their children, their child, will probably be one of the smartest people on the planet, because, you know, the day after it's born, it's going to have to start learning its alphabet. By the time it's 2 days old, it's going to have to know its numbers. So, but Filipino children, for the most part, Patricia, are very polite little children. I'm not always saying they grew up to be the best adults, but they're usually pretty nice children to be around. They're easy to get along with, you know. American kids are evil little monsters. And I know this because, one, I was an American kid who was an evil little monster. So I know this firsthand. Nothing wrong with being an evil little monster, because I was one. Image says, I'm an American. Pat's an American. We're all Americans, well, except for the people that aren't. But American kids, I told him, I said, we want to raise your child, because he asked, like an Asian kid. We're going to keep the culture, your culture from the Philippines in your house is what you're going to do. Don't worry about what anybody says. You make your house what you want it to be. If you're German and you want your house to be a German house, then you raise it like a German house. If you're an American, God forbid, because, I'm American, and I know how American children are. Pat agrees with me, yes. So it's all about that, about what you want and how you want your child to be. I think you have less headaches with Asian kids than you do American kids. I do believe for the most part, Asian kids are a little bit more polite than American kids. Not all American kids. Some American kids aren't devil worshiping little rugrats. Some turn out to be okay human beings like me, but But we're excited for them to have their first kid, be their only kid. So we'll have a big baby shower, do all of that. What else are we doing? Man, Christmas is going to be crazy. I think we're having a Christmas party this year. New Year's, we're not having a party. We're doing our very small traditional Filipino New Year. I don't know what you guys do for New Year, but my wife really likes doing their traditional Filipino New Year, is what she likes. So that's what we're going to be doing for that. We got another message. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. We got a friend who has a friend. Sorry. I'm looking for oh, look at these little wiener dogs for sale. Patricia, Pat, the Philippines is dangerous. Hopefully everything will be good. And God well. My daughter is still in online classes. Things are asking. Yes. You might have to finish out the season, the semester online. So she might have to finish out the year online, which is okay, right? It's okay. But so far, Patricia, your house is okay, all of that. We're just getting word that we got some more friends that are struggling a little bit there in the Philippines. Some more people we know. But they're going to be all right, is what the key is. As long as the internet for you guys stay up and running, right, Patricia? As long as your internet stays up and running, you're going to be all right. But we've talked to a lot of friends and people in the Philippines, Americans, also Filipinas, who have been saying, look, maybe it's time for we start thinking about how to get out of the Philippines. Some Americans are going to head back because they don't want to go through these earthquakes anymore. So we've talked to a few expats about that in the last week or so, giving some advice about that, doing that. That's happening. Some are fine, some are staying, some are a little worried about that. It seems to be a lot of the Filipinos in America. We've talked to a lot of them over the last couple of weeks. We talked to people a lot all week. You folks probably don't realize how many people we talk to weekly. And we've talked to a lot of them that have been living in America. And these 2 or 3 weeks of earthquakes and all the damage, a lot of them are just saying they are so glad that they don't live in the Philippines. That one thing they greatly appreciate is that the United States doesn't have these type of problems like that, like the aftermath of those. Ozzy's in the house. Good to see you, Ozzy. How are you? So A lot of the girls here are going, we don't think we're going to retire in the Philippines. Now, they may change their mind in a couple months when everything's back to normal. But right now, even the Filipinas living here are going, I don't think we're going to go ahead and build that house in the Philippines and live there when we get old. Everybody say hello to Ozzy. Ozzy, good to see you, my friend. Pat says, my brother's girlfriend's house got really bad in the earthquake. Her house crumbled down in pieces. Her family house was messed up. Wow. Yeah, we have a house in our group that split and fell down the mountain. So we understand. We understand. So, a lot of people ask me, if I date a Filipina, if I go to the Philippines and I bring her here and blah, 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 should we retire in the Philippines? Should I move to the Philippines? Should I bring her here? It's a really deep question. Pat's Philippine Dreams, Ozzy says, hello to you. So, it's just interesting, right? It's interesting. Ozzy, what's going on in your part of the world? Things are going pretty good here. Mellow Monday, trash day Monday. So nothing too exciting. Nothing too exciting at all, to be honest. We live kind of a simple, boring life. Pat says, Dennis is back. Oh, all right. Can I look at it, Dennis? Obviously, since you sent it to me. Holy smoking butt farts. Well, Dennis sent me a picture of a girl that's interested in Dennis. So I'm going to look at her for a second and give some comments. Let's make sure my wife is not on the chat. Dennis, because I don't want Dennis to get me in trouble. Dennis, man to man, about the picture of the girl. And if you want me to show it to everybody, I will. But the picture you sent me for the girl that's interested in you from the Philippines, my honest opinion is, holy smoking butt farts. Wow. That's my honest opinion. Damn, Dennis. Wow. Wow. Now I'm confused. All right. Oh, that was okay, that's somebody else. All right. So, Dennis, are you interested in dating this young lady from the Philippines? I can show. All right, let me show. I'm not real big on makeup. Girls that wear makeup. I will say, I don't think she's wearing a lot of makeup. I will say that I think if she wore no makeup, she would be excelente. Very nice looking young lady. Now she has a little bit of a receding hairline, but that's okay. She's got a big forehead. A little bit of makeup. I think she's the type of girl that doesn't need a lot of makeup, which is very good. What are these pictures in the back? Maybe of her baby? Oh, pictures in the back of her baby. But, where am I at? Sir David, how many times you been here in the Philippines? I'll tell you in a second while I'm trying to help Dennis show his girlfriend. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. Now, Dennis, I'm going to be nice and say I have no clue why she would want to date you, but I get why you would want to date her. So, Let me see. Ozzy, how many? Okay. Well, I've been to the Philippines 4 times, and we lived there for a year. So 4 times total. We lived there for 1 year total. If that makes sense. Like 3 vacations and 1 year on the ground. Patricia, that girl, is a Filipina who's very interested in my good friend Dennis for a potential dating relationship. Ozzy says hello to you, Patricia Ann. I think Ozzy's single. Aren't you single? Didn't you tell me you were single? Good looking guy. He sent me some pictures of himself. He's a good looking guy, guys. You girls might be interested in some of you girls out there. If Ozzy is single, he's a good looking guy. 4 times, that's great. Yeah, yeah. And we go back in 2027. So we already have plans. We don't have tickets, but we have plans to go back in 2027. It's time for us to kind of decide. Now with these earthquakes, we'll have to see how our land looks. But we kind of are to that point where we need to decide what we're doing with some properties we have out there. Whether we're going to build on them, sell it, sit on it, and do nothing, we don't know. But we're going back in 27. See, Ozzy says, yes, sir, I am single. I thought you were. And all of you girls out there, good-looking guy. It looks like he has his shit together. All right, Dennis. Same girl. Her name starts with a K. I bet you. I'm going to show you one of Dennis's women folk. Let me get this camera set up. Sorry, Dennis. So here's the same young lady that we saw earlier. Looks like she's in the heat a little bit. Her face is a little flush red. Same type of lipstick. Little less makeup. Looks good. She looks very natural. I know what Dennis likes about her. See that little heart on her chest? I know Dennis likes girls that wear hearts on their chest. So I know he's a fan of that. Is she in Korea? Or working on a Korean store or something? What's in the background? Very lovely young lady, Dennis. Do you know how old she is, Dennis? Let me get this. She looks to be about the age of my wife when I got married to Lorelei. She looks to be about 27, 28. Let's see. Pat's been there 3 times. Patricia says, yes, sir, Pat. Next year will be his 4th time, and he's hoping to come back with a honey on his arm. Kanisha is in the house all the way from the great state of New York, even though the state of New York is not great. But it's good to have you. So what do you guys think about the girl that I showed? Does anybody think she's ugly? Does anybody think she's pretty? What do you think of her? I would find her very interesting, Dennis. You know? Let me say, do I think she's better than some of the Colombian girls? She's definitely better than some of them, but she's on par with some of the better Colombian girls also, Dennis. So the mileage, the distance thing would play a factor. I mean, if she was in Mexico or Colombia, it'd be a no-brainer. You know what I mean, Dennis? You and I have talked about that, right? Sit option 2. All right. Kadisha, hi, how are you doing? Pat from the Philippines. Ooh. Get back up here. All right. Ooh, got a bunch. Okay. Let me. Let me read what you wrote. Okay. The one on the right is the one that we've talked about before. I'm trying to figure out how to blow the picture up. Crap. Patricia says, Kenesha says, I am doing great today. Oh, I'm just tired today. Yeah, you weren't feeling good, right? Sir David, all speechless while you showed the pics. I know. Crazy, right? You know how men are. Men are so perverted. All they want to do is see the pretty girls. I'm going to see if I can open up. Where did that picture go? I'm trying to blow up the one picture, Dennis. So give me a second. There we go. Is Eddie Finn in the house? Eddie Finn, how are you, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. All right. Let me get caught up here real quick. Kenesha is asking, what did I have for dinner? I forgot. Oh, I had a turkey sandwich. Eddie Finn, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Patricia likes that. I know. Loader's in the house. Hey, Pat. All right. So the one on the right is another one. Another good friend of Dennis. This one, right, Dennis? This is my right. This is my left. So, or that one. That could be his right, but this is my right. Okay. I had to blow the picture up so you can see. Let me scroll through here, Dennis, and get the others. And then we have these two lovely ladies. You guys can tell me what you think of these lovely ladies. So we have these two. I think he's saying the one on the right again, right? Been sick a while, have you? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Why you been sick? Just like the weather and the cold type sick, or nothing? I mean, hopefully nothing serious, anything, right? Oh, the one on the left. All right. This one here is another young lady that is fascinated by the handsome young man named Dennis. The one on the left, my left, is right here. Same one, yeah. Okay. Good to see you, Loader. Just a cold. All right, good, Ethan. That's good. I'm glad it's just a cold. I'm getting ready to have my pacemaker done myself. Last one's from Mexico. Is this the one in the black and white photo from Mexico? It's another one of Dennis's many thousands of girlfriends. You know, we've talked about the fact that since Dennis travels to Mexico and Colombia a lot, and the Philippines some, distance is a huge factor. So we all know how difficult it is to travel to the Philippines. Here's Miss Mexico. She's just as pretty as the Filipina, if not prettier, Dennis. So to be honest, distance-wise, if you like her personality, last is this. It's a very good picture of a young lady. Yep, 4 hours to the Philippines, 24 hours, 4 hours to Mexico, 24 to the Philippines. And Dennis is saying, Patricia, if you want to be on that list, just contact David and he'll share your information with Dennis. I'll get you guys where you can talk to each other. She's from Mexico. You know, I'm partial to Filipinas because my wife's from the Philippines, Dennis. But I think in your situation, I would go with the girl from Mexico. I think she's just as good looking, if not better, to be honest. Just a cold. Everybody said hello to Anyfin if you didn't do it. Distance, 4 hours. Good job, Brother Dennis. And no time change. That's right, man. The time change is a kicker-asser in the Philippines. No good time change. Watch the space launch today. Great. 1 hour. Where did we launch at? Was it Cape Canaveral? We've been down to Cocoa Beach, Florida. I really like it. Lorelai found it boring, but I liked Cocoa Beach, where Cape Canaveral is. 1 hour. Now Elon Musk and I are gonna go to the moon really soon and colonize it. I'm gonna become the Lord Chancellor of the moon. I'm gonna send his happy ass back to America. That one cheating Philip. Yeah, I know. Pat's had issues too, Dennis. Not sure, only caught the re-entry. Wow, nice, all right. Ozzy likes Filipinas too, and Mexico girls, I bet you. Whole thing less than 2 hours. All right, Anyfin. Anyfin has a great YouTube channel, by the way. If you guys don't know my friend Anyfin, please subscribe to his channel. Go check him out. He's got a great family channel. And he's married, so he doesn't need a Filipina. But Patricia is single. And she knows girls. We know girls. But we've decided not to give any more Filipinas to anybody. Because the last few Filipinas that have, and we've had them hit up us this week, but before this, I got mad at them. Because I'm like, all right, well, I'll give you somebody that is good, right? That's a good guy. That would work well. And you want to snob your nose at them. So kiss off. I'm not doing this anymore. You're not, with me, I mean, it's okay if you don't fall in love and hook up, but you're not fishing. I'm not fishing for you. I'm not baiting your damn hook. You know, you either take it seriously or you don't. So I've told the girls that have been reaching out to us lately, if you're not serious, then I'm not wasting my time introducing you to anybody. I know, that's what I said. You're still married, right? You know, I'm still married to my first wife. Trust me. She tells me every day. Pat says, right on. That's right. But Ozzy's single. Ozzy's a good guy. Sent me some pictures of him and his family. No. Many Filipinas would be very happy, Ozzy, about the way you look. I'm just saying. Appreciate it. Yeah. Well, we're happy to hook you up. Well, on these live streams, you can meet people like Patricia, you know, and behind the scenes, I'll tell you the honest truth about what I think. Because there's some girls, Patricia's not one, but there are some Filipinas that come on the live streams that I would not recommend. Just wouldn't do it. But Patricia's not one. She's all right. I'm interested in, that's right. Pat's interested in every Filipina. Even Dennis the same way. Good girl Patricia is what Dennis is saying. I'm sorry, Pat is saying. But I do think I give a lot of advice about dating Filipinos. And Ozzy, I think you're one of the ones that could pack your bags and go to the Philippines for a visit. If you're one of the guys out there in America that can't do that or won't do that, then don't waste your time. Don't waste their time. So, because you got to be able to follow through. You got to be able to make this happen if you want to go fishing. You got to be able to hook them, reel them in, bring them home, cook them, and clean them. That's probably a really bad metaphor. Any Finn will appreciate that metaphor. But I think that's probably a really bad metaphor for marriage. Hook them, bait them, hook them, reel them in, put them on the stringer, bring them home, clean them, cook them, and eat them. Yeah, that might be a bad metaphor for that. That might be a bad metaphor. Shore lunch, Oh my gosh, anything, I had fish today, by the way. I had cod, beer battered cod. No, I didn't catch it. I bought it at Sam's. Pat says, I'm ready to go. Treat them like a lady. Yeah, and they will. Filipino women are good wives. I will say this, for the most part. They're attentive wives. They're good wives. They want to be wives. That's the key. A lot of American women don't want to be wives. They want to be bosses. Filipino women want to be wives, which I think is a good thing. I think they make good wives. Patricia says, Pat, I thought you were single. Pat is single. He likes to mingle. Pat, and I am single. Don't forget. No, let me clarify. I am single and you're hot and sexy, so don't forget me. P&P romance starting just like Bai and Henry. But Pat can actually go to the Philippines. So, that's a big difference. Pat says, I gave you my number, Patricia. Yes. Yes. I don't know if I have told you, but I am not allowed to date. There's a big rule that my wife has that says I can't date. So I can't help you guys on that, just saying. Patricia says, Dennis, you are so funny. Yes, there is no romance at this point in time because we do not know each other. Maybe in the future sometime, but there is no romance at this point in time. So I would still be open to talking to you and every other good-looking young man from America there is. Right, Patricia? Don't you guys like how I ad-lib your own words? I am so good at taking your own words and twisting them and manipulating them. I feel really good about that. Dennis is single. He is not committed. He has a lot of friends, but he is not committed. Dennis is a good guy. I can vouch for him. Pat says, yes, I was kidding, Patricia. Okay, Patricia, thumbs up. Let me see where I'm at. All right. It all depends on what you want in life. Pat, Bai is back in the house. Dennis, Bai is back. Everybody say hello to Bai. Pat is excited to get back to the Philippines. He is excited. Now, I know Pat really well. Very well. I'm excited for Pat that he wants to be excited to go back to the Philippines. I'm excited about going there somewhat myself. But what we got to tell Pat, and I keep telling Pat this, I got to get Pat in the best health he can be. So when he goes to the Philippines next year, he can have as much fun as humanly possible. So Pat is taking it seriously, and he's going to make it back to the Philippines next year. His brother's dating a Filipina, right, Pat? Yeah, your brother, yeah. And they're going to be getting married and all of that. So Pat, not Pat, but Pat's brother. So Pat's excited to go and hang out with them and meet some other girls there. Mai says, laugh out loud, Henry is coming. Does he have a ticket? When is he leaving the great country of America for the great country of the Philippines? Airline prices have gone down, believe it or not. I checked the other day. We were thinking about going to Florida, and I was shocked how cheap it was. We're not going, but I checked because I missed the beach. Soon, exercise. Who needs exercise? Me? Pat? Henry? Dennis? You? Who? That's right. Now, Pat's good. He's going to go to the Philippines, have a good time. What I really encourage everybody, because, you know, the last time we lived there, I went there with a bad ankle, and it sucked. And so I know from experience, and I have heart failure and lung issues. If you're going to go to the Philippines, I really want you guys to enjoy it. So I want you to be at your best. I want you to be happy, physically able to do these things, because that way you can truly enjoy the experience of the Philippines, because there's a lot to enjoy. It's the same way if you're going to Disney World. Same way, right? You're going to enjoy it. You want to be at your top of your game. Is it Disney World? Yeah, in Florida. Pi says, I'm still scared and nervous. Never had a boyfriend for 9 years. Patricia says, hopefully Pat is nice and a good man. He is a nice guy, and he is a good man. I can vouch that he's a nice guy and he's a good man. I can vouch for that. And if I say it, you know it's gospel, all right? Because I don't lie, I don't bullshit. I tell you how it is. Let me get caught up here. Dennis says, bye. It's like riding a bike. You never forget. Well, but what if you've never ridden a bike? Then you don't know how to ride a bike. So, you know, no. Bye, I need more stretching when I meet Henry. I'm nervous. I don't think you have anything to worry about. Bye. If Dennis makes it, if Henry makes it to the Philippines, I don't think you have anything to worry about, stretching-wise. What are you stretching for? I don't know. Dennis, help me out. What are you going to be stretching for? Why do you need more stretching? I could see more cardio if you're going to walk a lot. But why do you need to be more I don't understand that one, Bob. You're going to have to explain that one. You're going to have to you're going to have to explain why you need more stretching if somebody, I don't understand that one. But it's okay to be nervous, but I wouldn't be nervous until he gets a ticket and lands in the Philippines and he actually gets on the plane to leave America. Don't be nervous. It's what I tell everybody. Until the dude is on the plane headed to the Philippines. Pat, raise your right hand, Dennis says. That's right. Yes, I swear that I am a good people. Yes, I respect people I meet. That's for sure. I'd be happy to meet Patricia. Yes. I think everybody ought to meet everybody. I have a different philosophy on this, though. I do, you guys. You know this. I have a different philosophy. So I really do. I don't have the philosophy that guys should literally just go to the Philippines and meet a bunch of girls. I don't. That's not my philosophy. It wasn't what I did. I had the opportunity to do that many, many times. But just not my philosophy. I wasn't going to put myself through a trip like that until I knew it was worth going to the Philippines. He will stay for 2 months. Nice. Nice. Well, you could probably build a nipa hut on your house. Things are heating up. for P and Dennis. Dennis, don't forget Bai and Henry. They're she's planning how to stretch. She's saying that she needs to stretch more. Dennis, I don't know. That's right, Patricia. But I believe that. I mean, look, if you're going over there with no intentions, I don't know. I just have different school of thoughts on all of this. But then again, I've kind of been there, done that. When I was single, I chose to be single, and I dated a lot of beautiful women from all over the world. Had a lot of fun in life. I have a different philosophy. So I think if you're going to the Philippines just to go fishing, it's stupid. You should be to the point where they're on the hook and you're reeling them in, I believe, when you go to the Philippines. I think it needs to be that far along in the LDR. I think you need to be starting to reel them in, planning for the future, bringing them home and cooking them. Cleaning them and cooking them. There you go. Dennis, I hit drama. I like cool. Patricia likes a cool, right? You're a cool girl. You're just kind of no drama girl. When we meet, we'll have lunch or coffee or anything. That's good. Jollibee, man. Why are you not having Chowking? If I go to the Philippines, the first damn place I'm going is Chowking. Yeah, I'm going to Chowking. And I'm getting the empanadas and the lumpia at Chowking. I'm getting those damn empanadas. All right? You guys just understand this. I don't care about anything else. I'm going to get those damn empanadas. Good food in the Philippines. I've been to Chowking and I haven't been to one. Yes, I've been to one in years. Well, we went to one in Vegas. No, that was before we went to the Philippines. I like the empanadas. I like the damn empanadas. If I tell you I like the empanadas, I like the empanadas. I used to buy them by the dozen in the Philippines, and I would eat on them for 2 or 3 days. It's Chowking that has the... Patricia, you guys help me out. It's Chowking that has them. Am I saying the right restaurant? I know it's not Jollibee. It's Chowking. It has to be. Yeah, it's been a while. We got to go to Dallas, Texas later this year. I can't tell you much about it because it's a kind of a big top secret thing for my wife. But we're going to Dallas, Texas. And there's a Jollibee in Plano, Texas. We're going to drive right by it. So I know when we go before we get into the heart of Dallas to do what they want to do or she's going to do in Dallas, we're going to go to Jollibee. I know this. It happens. Where is the drama? Dennis is asking. What is drama? I think that's a good question. Where is drama? What is drama? What do you consider drama? I don't listen to a lot of drama here. I hear some of the bullshit here, the drama here, and I just do this. I don't want to hear it. I had to hear something about 2 old people having sex the other day. I didn't need to hear that. Okay? I was talking to a friend and he's like 900 years old. Started telling me about sex with, no, stop. I don't need to hear it. All right? You guys keep your drama. Drama. Maybe I'm the drama. Do I start drama? Am I a drama person? I like to piss. Now, I will say, in all fairness, I do like to piss people off. I'm kind of a fan of irritating people. Patricia's in Cebu, which is where Lorelai is from, where we live, Patricia, which we've talked about. A lot of good food in Cebu. I like the outdoor restaurants, I gotta admit. I'm a big fan of AA barbecue, I'm a huge fan of those outdoor restaurants where you get the mango juice in the big jug or the Four Seasons juice, and you eat Korean fried chicken in the Philippines outside on the big picnic tables, or seafood thing. I'm a big fan of the outdoor restaurants. I love outdoor restaurants. I will share only my thoughts on what I like. Patricia, if I shared only my thoughts on things I like, boy, I wouldn't have a lot to say, just saying. But we like the outdoor restaurants. I do anyway. We also like the Viking, the buffet. Have you been to the Viking, Patricia, there in Cebu City? We like, and the 101 buffet is great too. But I really like those outdoor restaurants. I like the juice. I can sit there and drink that stinking Four Season juice. You know, big jugs like it's going out of season. Or, well, I guess technically it might be going out of season. I like that, you know. Sure, Patricia, I like that too. That's what I'm seeing, Dennis, Patricia says. Most people don't like to cause drama. And I really believe that. I say 90% of the population don't like to start drama. I think, what do we call it? Chismes is different than drama. I think a lot of people like to talk about things, right? Because, you know, it helps to make you feel connected to people. It helps you process things when you talk about things out loud or with your friends. And I don't think a lot of that necessarily is drama. I think it's communication. I think it's healthy communication. I like it when my wife talks to her girlfriends about whatever the hell they're talking about, as long as I don't got to entertain the conversation. I like it. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. I don't see it as drama. I see it, I think it gets too loud. They keep raising their voices louder and louder and louder and louder. So no drama and Martise. That's right, yes. I got a bug in my house. But I don't know. I don't think most people like to cause trouble. I do think there's a small group of the population, 10% or so, that they poke the bear, even when the bear doesn't need to be poked. I like poking the bear, but I like poking the bear when the bear thinks the bear can't be poked. So I like doing that. But I don't think we ought to poke the bear if the bear is just taking a nap and relaxing in his damn cave. Leave the bear alone, who cares? But if the bear is throwing a hissy fit and saying how great the bear is and that the bear is the biggest bear in the whole damn bear world, well, then I don't mind poking the bear. But other than that, I don't care what people do. I don't care. But, you know. I try to encourage people to do right and wrong in their own view, not my view. Because I have a total different concept as all of you people and everybody else, and as we should. Options are part of life. When committed, there are no, I agree. I think what Dennis is saying is that, look, when you're single, options are there. But when you get married, options go out the door. And I agree with this, and this is something that, and I'll tell you honestly, and I've told Lorelai this, I thoroughly, 100% enjoy being married to my wife. Absolutely. I would not trade anything for anything, well, unless there's a whole lot of money, then I might consider it, right? You know, you never know. But what I will say is, if she ever passed away before I did, I would never remarry, period. And it's not because I hate marriage, but it's because when you get married to somebody, you're intertwining two lives, and now, every second of every day, you got to think about the other person. You got to think about your actions and the consequences of your actions on the other person when you're married. You eliminate choices and options because now what you do is a direct result or action towards your partner, right? Now, as somebody who only been married to Lorelai, we've only been married 11 years, I intentionally stayed single so I didn't have to do that. But now that I'm married, I have to do that. And I will admit, as much as I enjoy being married and I want to be married to Lorelai, I would never do it again. Because I am too damn lazy to want to stop and think about, well, if I go to Walmart today and buy 400 TVs, what will my wife think about that? I'd rather just go to Walmart and buy 400 TVs and say the hell with it. So, options are part of life. When you commit it, options go out the door, right? So like I said earlier, my wife won't let me go on dates unless it's with her. You know, that's an option right out the window. Poof. So that's how I see it. And I'm one of these weirdos. That's why I never had kids. Not that I hate kids, you know, or anything like that. I think they're fun to torture and give a lot of sugar to. But I never wanted kids because I knew my personality trait is I would put that kid first. So whatever I did every day would all be about the child, right? Whether the woman was in the picture or not, I would probably take the kid from her and kick her ass to the curb and raise the kid on my own. I know this about me, right? That's why I never had kids, because I'm selfish, I'm greedy, and I want my money and my time for me. So I never had children, because once you have a kid, there's so many options that are no longer on the table. It's like my friends are going to have a baby. They're having a baby in the spring, right? Well, they were supposed to go on a cruise ship with us in the spring. Well, they can't go because she's pregnated and probably going to have a baby. So there you go. The option of going on a cruise ship with us now is out the window. So they just forfeited their fun for a baby. So whether you like it or not, that's kind of how I see things. Kind of crazy, I know, but it is what it is. But Dennis is a single young man, and I believe this, until you put a ring on it and say, or you say, it's you and me, that's it. We're not seeing anybody else. You know, we're going to get married or we're not, whatever. Maybe you're just going to live together. But we are in a committed relationship and you both agree to these terms, because every relationship's a business deal. Every business deal is a relationship. You negotiate relationships is what we do. This is the honest truth. We're negotiating when we meet somebody. It starts off, period. Negotiation is, are they attractive? Yeah. If I'm going to go buy a company, it needs to be attractive looking. I don't want an ugly company, right? It's all a business transaction. And if you agree to terms, then you're committed, whether you're married or not. I'm not one of the people that think that you have to be married to be married. I'm not one of those. Pat likes all of that, don't you, Pat? So I am not one of those people that looks at it and goes, if you're not married, you can't be committed. I disagree with that. A marriage license doesn't mean anything. I know it's a contract through the government, but a contract through the government about a personal relationship shouldn't mean anything. A contract in a personal relationship should be about the two people that come to terms in a personal contract, not a contract with the government. That's what I think. Not that difficult, not that hard. And if you think different, that's okay. It's okay. But I just know that it took me a long time to adjust to the fact that everything I do affects my wife. Because I, for 47 years, did exactly what I wanted to do, when I wanted to do it, how I wanted to do it, whether anybody gave a rat's ass or not. I just did it. Because. But when you get married and you make a commitment, that goes out the window. It just does. So, nobody, until you two agree, is in a committed relationship. I don't care how much you talk to them on the phone, how many times you message them, how many times you wink at their thingies or laugh at their jokes, how many times you dream of their beauty. You're not married. Dennis says, if you have no option and settle, well, no, it will not. It will not. If you settle, Dennis, and you know this as well as I do, if you feel like you're settling, it's not going to last. It's not going to work. It's a bad partnership. If you enter into a business deal where you kind of go, I'm not real enthused about this, but, for now it's okay. That's what settling is. It's saying, well, I'm going to buy this car. I really don't want to buy it, but I guess it's okay because it's a car and it's nice, So yeah, I can settle for this car. Well, you're going to hate that damn car. First chance you get, you're going to leave it out in the hellstorm and let it hail, damn it, so you can get rid of it. Or you're going to leave it out in the street and hope somebody rear ends it so you can get rid of the car. It will not last. You will sabotage it. She, he, you, they, them, purple dog eats lizards will break it up some way, somehow, at some point. Hurt feelings will come through. If it's not sincere, hurt feelings will be there. And people can only tolerate having a hurt feelings for so long before they do something about it. For me, my opinion, all humans, I think, have always options, Patricia says. For me, opinion, all human, I think, have options. Okay. I think you may have some validity there, but I do think when you're, like your child, right? Because you have a child who's a brilliant child like the mother. See, I just gave you some compliments. See how brilliant I am. But you have options, but you have limited options. It's not like you can just run off and go do anything you want and not worry about whether you feed your child or the child goes to school or has clothes to wear. So there are things, factors, variables that limit your options that forces you into one direction or the other. But, okay, and that's a good way to put it. Bad or good, there are options. There are options. You can abandon your child or your husband or your dog, right? Not feed them, not bathe them, not take them to the vet and get flea and tick shots, whatever it may be. And those are bad options. But you have those options. You have the option to never talk to your wife, I guess. So, yes, you're right, Patricia. You do have options, bad or good. I agree. Yeah, what's Pat saying there? You're right. Pat says you're right. Bad or not? Yes, Pat, that's important. Yay. I agree with you. Pat says, Patricia, you're right. Now, Dennis, listen up. Everybody listen up. Pat, I want to bust your chops a tiny bit because I think it's fun. Now, Pat used to agree with me all the time. But now that Patricia's here and she's prettier than I am, Pat agrees with her all the time. So, if Pat, I'm going to give you a hard time, my friend. If Patricia was an ugly Filipina, would you still agree with her? Or is it because she's a pretty Filipina that we're agreeing with her? Because those are options, Pat. Pat, I'm just giving you a hard time. Pat really is a good guy, Patricia. So, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know what you're saying yes to, but it's an option to say yes. Oh my God, the right is getting carried away. Dennis. What are we going to do with these young people, Dennis? Producer says, Dennis is running into the toilet. He is. Running? Shoot. There's no option for running to the toilet. So, at least sometimes I say something somewhat funny that's entertaining, I hope. That's part of my goal for all of you kind, wonderful people, is I give you something a little funny to think about. But Patty says, absolutely. It's a gold toilet. Yeah, there you go. Golden ticket to the toilet, or is the toilet gold? Toilet. Toilet. Does it have a debay? Is it debay? Yeah. Pat says, I agree with you, David. You're absolutely right. If, Pat, I'm going to pick on you. If Patricia was ugly, I wouldn't agree with her. Is that what you're saying, Pat? No. We know you better, Pat. If you got to run to the toilet, that's not a good day. That's what I've always been told. My grandpa, down from wherever the hell he was from, I actually never had a grandfather, so I'm kind of lying to you. That's what he always said. My grandpa always said that if you got to run to the toilet, boy, you're having a bad day. At least if I had a grandpa, that's probably what he would have said. You know? And as we get older, we don't want to run anywhere. I don't run anywhere. I haven't ran anywhere in years. If I ran, my ankles and knees would snap off. Just saying. Got another message here. Hang on. Why is this like this? Hang on. Somebody's sending me a message. What's going on? Hang on. Oh, all right. People in the Philippines sending Lorelei a message. Gotcha. Sure, right? All right, my friends, it's almost 10:30 in the great state of wherever I'm at, in the great country of wherever I'm at. Patricia says, Sir David, have a nice sleep. Thank you so much for your always nice stream. I learned more. Even my English is not good. No, your English is fine and you're doing good. And we're happy that you're here. We're happy that you enjoy it. And there are a lot of good people that would come here that would be very interested in getting to know you if you want to get to know them. So appreciate you. But it is about 10:30 here, so it's time to wind this puppy down. I'm going to go watch some TV, relax, close the windows in the house because I had the windows open all day, just in case it rains tonight. So we appreciate everybody. Pat says goodbye to you, Patricia. Dennis says goodbye. Appreciate you. Dennis says thanks. I'm going to go hug my toilet. Patricia, Dennis would hug you, but he has to go hug the toilet instead. See you, everybody. Everybody take care. Have a great night. If you need anything from us, you just message us and we'll see what we can do for you. Take care, everybody.